Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the fundamentals of software testing. That crucial process that happens behind the scenes for pretty much any digital product you use, from your banking app all the way to your favorite game.
Okay, let's kick this off with a feeling I'm pretty sure we all know. That moment of pure frustration when software just doesn't work right. You're trying to pay for something, send that important message, or just look up directions, and boom, crash. It's more than just annoying, right? It totally shatters your trust in that product.
So, in this explainer, we're going to take you on a little journey. We'll start with the basics, what software even is. Then we'll dive into why it sometimes breaks, and how the whole quest for quality can prevent those digital disasters. And yeah, we'll even play detective a bit and figure out where those pesky bugs actually come from. All right, first things first. We throw around the word software all the time, but let's just hit pause for a second and ask, what are we really talking about here?
When you boil it right down, software is really just a set of instructions. It's like a recipe that developers write in code. When your computer follows that recipe, you can do all sorts of amazing things, like edit a video or just browse the web.
Now, software isn't just one thing. It kind of comes in three main flavors. First up, you've got your system software. Think Windows, Mac OS, the basic stuff that makes the machine run. Then you have programming software, which are the tools that developers use to actually build other software. But for us, as users, our focus, and the focus of this explainer, is almost always on that third one, application software. These are the apps we use every single day.
Okay, so we've got a handle on what software is. Now let's get to the real heart of the issue. What happens when it all goes wrong?
Honestly, using a buggy app feels exactly like buying any other faulty product. I mean, if you bought a brand new phone and it couldn't make calls, you'd be furious, right? It's the same thing with software. The moment it fails, it just erodes your confidence in the company that made it.
And for a business, believe me, that frustration is way more than just a little inconvenience. It's a huge problem. A buggy product can absolutely wreck their reputation, it can drive customers to competitors, and it can cost a fortune to fix after it's already out in the wild. It is a disaster they absolutely have to avoid.
So, how do you prevent that kind of catastrophe? Well, this brings us to the hero of our story, software testing. This is where testing comes in. You can think of it as a formal investigation. The whole point is to hunt down any defects or issues before the software ever gets to you, the user. The goal is simple. Make sure the software does exactly what it's supposed to do. The main goal here is to deliver a quality product. But that word, quality, it's actually a lot bigger than you might think. What does it really mean for a piece of software to have quality?
Well, it turns out quality is really a 5-part deal. Yeah, of course it has to be bug-free. That's a given. But just think about it. Even a perfect piece of software is kind of useless if it's delivered a year late and costs double the budget. On top of that, it has to actually meet the user's needs and, be easy to use. All 5 of these pillars have to be standing strong to really call a product high quality.
Now, here's something really interesting. The software we use every day is built in one of 2 fundamentally different ways, and that really changes how it gets developed and tested.
So on one side, you have a project. This is custom-built software for one specific client. Think of a big bank that needs a totally unique internal system. All the requirements come directly from them. But on the other hand, you have a product. This is built for the open market, for potentially millions of users. Things like WhatsApp or Microsoft Excel. The features for these are based on analyzing what a huge market of people might want.
All right, for our final piece of the puzzle, let's play detective. We know testing is all about finding bugs, but why does software even have them in the first place? Where do they come from?
So, a problem that ends up crashing your app doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It actually starts with something really small, an error. This is just a simple human mistake, like a typo a programmer makes in the code. If that doesn't get caught during testing, that error becomes a bug that's just sitting there, hiding in the software. And if it still isn't found and gets released, well, that's when it becomes a failure, the crash that ruins your day. So why do these errors happen? Well, it's almost never just one single thing. A lot of the time, it's just plain old miscommunication. The business team wanted one thing, but the programmer understood something else. Other times, the software is just incredibly complex, like a giant spider web where breaking one little thread can cause chaos. And of course, things like last-minute changes to the requirements can force mistakes and let those defects slip right through the cracks.
And that brings us to the most crucial point of all. Software testing is so much more than just a bug hunt. It's really a quality gate. It's the process that builds confidence for the company that makes it and for you, the user, that the final product is going to be reliable, functional, and do exactly what you expect it to do.
So I want to leave you with this question. Think about the one app you use more than any other. What makes it a quality product for you? Is it that it's just completely bug-free, that it's super easy to use, or is it that it perfectly solves a very specific need you have? Figuring that out is really the first step to understanding the real-world value of testing.